want to share some thoughts about the Israel-Palestine, or I should say Israel-Hamas conflict. And I've been shying away from the topic because I'm afraid to say what I think because it's such a sensitive topic, and rightly so. And people have such divided and strong feelings. And one thought that I have is here in the U.S., we're seeing, pro-Palestine or anti-Israel, as well as pro-Israel demonstrations. And one thing that kind of is curious to me is we're not seeing any anti-Hamas demonstrations, which there should be. Like if anything deserves demonstrations, it's anti-Hamas, because that's an organization that seems to be truly evil. And what they did in Israel, is beyond, it's inhuman. And also by doing that, indirectly, they brought the carnage that's happening in Gaza now, because they knew full well what Israel's policy is and what Israel's response would be. I don't think Israel's behavior right now is surprising to anybody. There's a lot of people who don't agree with it, but I think as soon as October 7th happened in Israel, I think everybody in the world knew what was coming, which is exactly what is happening in Gaza right now. And so I really feel that Hamas not only damaged, the Israeli people that day, but it damaged the Palestinian people as well. But you don't hear a lot of, anything about anti-Hamas demonstrations, which, there should be. That's really seems, there are very few, black and white or clear-cut things in this whole conflict, but that seems pretty clear that Hamas are not good people. And then the other thought I've been having is that Israel talks about its right to defend itself, and that's how it justifies what it's doing in Gaza right now. And the thought I keep having is that there's a difference between self-defense and retaliation. And I think a more accurate word for what Israel is doing in Gaza is retaliation. It's not so much self-defense. Israel actually failed at the self-defense portion, because that's what happens when you get attacked. And on the day of the attack, the border guards, the Israeli Defense Forces, whoever was supposed to be there, were not there, at least for a long time, allowing Hamas to do what it did. And so there's a feeling I have that right now, Israel is retaliating and compensating, or trying to compensate, for the fact that it failed miserably to protect its own people on October 7th. And that doesn't doesn't necessarily make what it's doing now right. I should also say that I'm well aware that everything I'm saying right now could be total bullshit, um, because I'm certainly far from the most educated person in the world on the situation, and I'm not there. I'm sitting in the United States in the comfort of my peaceful home. Um, and so it's easy to have opinions and say whatever. But these are the thoughts that have been running around in my mind. And so I felt it was time to share them. They may change as time goes by. They just happen to be the dominant thoughts about the situation that I've been having. And so I decided to let them out of my head into the world, and see where it takes me.